Okay, we are set. Here we are. This is February 20th, 2018. This is the weekly IBO broadcast. Glad to have everybody on board. And again, for those of you all who are new to iCB, if you go to our website, you can see exactly what we do. We're just a group of individuals who cooperatively work together to create a better life through buying power. Just a little bit about my background. I spent 30 years in the industry building one company. I did quite well. But about 10 years ago, I decided to start my own company that's based upon the field, based upon the individual. That's why we call it iClub. So it's where the power stays with the individual. And we know anytime you build a network marketing company, you got to have as a foundation high demand, high impact products. So the first thing that we did is, we went out looking for a product that was going to separate us from the rest, and the product that we put together is a travel program. Now I've got somebody I need to, again, if you're going to ask a question, unmute to ask your question, but if you're not going to ask a question, I really would appreciate if you'd keep yourself muted so the background noise won't get. So the travel platform is our game separator product. We own the travel, seller travel, and the reason nobody can touch us, there we go. The reason nobody can touch us is because we have no third parties. We go right to the vendors. We go right to the properties. We book reservations direct. Whatever commissions we get, we rebate 2/3 back to our member. Plus the other third goes into business volume, and that gets paid out through the binary. Then, of course, on top of that, we do have some other game changer products. If you look at our product tab, we got a classroom product, a healthy coffee, skincare, cleaning products, weight loss, and a cash flow manager. And we'll just keep adding these products to the mix. Again, our goal is to create a business model that anybody and everybody can, win with. And as we roll things out, you're going to see we're going to bring in a whole lot more consumer-oriented products to relate to the masses. And as I share with you how the ADB is put together, I think you can see how that's going to work. Everything starts for you in your iCB back office. This is the connection to everything that we do. So when you log into your back office, you notice on the left side, this is where you order our products, whether they're our core products. This is where you get to check out your genealogy. You look in your e-wallet. You can request your checks here. Your personal information. You can change your credit card information, update your personal information, your website information, and then down here, these are the services for the travel club, for the cash flow manager, and the capture page. In the middle, this is where we got information where we kind of, pertinent stuff to what's going on in your business. And then on the top right, you see the business snapshot. This will tell you how much personal PV that you've done in the last 30 days, how much total PV you had for the year, how many personally sponsored IBOs you have, what your placement method is. And again, if you want to change your placement method, you can do that through your personal information section right here. And then you can go in, you can change it from the personal or automatically placed or to the holding tank, hit submit. But the snapshot kind of gives you a real quick overview of everything you got going on. If you've got a lead generation, which is the iWebitool purchase, this tells you if you have one active and when the recurring date is. This if you have one of our core products on auto ship, if it's active and when it's going to be shipped. And this is if you have the cash flow manager if it's active and when the recurring date is. You can change any of these really easy just by going over to the left side underneath. For example, if you want to change your lead generation, your iWebitool, you want to change it to lower or upper it. If you want to go to the silver, you just click the silver, hit continue. And this is important. Once you click this and click continue, you have to continue all the way through because the system is waiting for you to complete the process. And so if you just open the window up and you don't complete it, it's just sitting there. The order is still active. It's just waiting for you to complete it. So just, for example, if you click on this and you click on continue and you don't click all the way through and you go out, you'll notice it's going to say here, lead generation. There's nothing notated here. It says it's not set up over here. It is because you have set it up. You just haven't completed the process. So just make sure once you click on these, click all the way through. You won't be charged when you set this up. You won't be charged when you change. You'll be charged, again, the date's over here when the recurring date is. If you want to change the date, you can change the date. Just click on change your monthly date. You can put whatever date you want there, hit update. Again, if you want to cancel it, just hit the cancel button and it'll let you cancel it. Okay, obviously we don't want to cancel that. Okay, so everything with the Monthly auto ships is all managed right over here. If you want to order something from our shopping cart, you click here and hit your categories and pick whatever you want. You can order your products right there. So you have an auto ship, or you can order it on a shopping cart. And again, you can look through order history, and this is where you can print off your invoices. We don't ship an invoice with the product. On the label that we ship you the products, the SKU of the item that you ordered is on the label, but we don't put an invoice in the package. It's all done through your order history. Then over here underneath IBO information, this is where you go to pick up information on pertinent stuff as far as training and new stuff that's happening. If you click on the IBO training, it actually takes you to this page here. Now you'll notice one of the things, let me see if I've got this loaded in here yet. Yep. We just loaded the welcome letter, and I highly recommend, again, when you go in your back office, click on IBO training, it will take you to this page. Go ahead and click on the welcome letter. This is something I'm going to really encourage everybody to get in the habit of, getting all your newbies, all your new IBOs to go ahead and go through this. This is a detailed letter that was put together by Claudia and Joe. Very informative, and it's really pertinent to help people get off to a fast start. Also in the back office, I recommend everybody click on right here, click here, and when you do that, that actually take you to a video. Where the heck did I get that? Here we go. Takes you to this video. It's only 2 minutes long, but what this video does, it shows you how to set up your iWebitool system and how to go ahead and get set up to book your travel. If anybody out there does not have a travel club and you want to order a travel club, you certainly can. You just go up to your shopping cart and you click on travel club memberships, and then you can go ahead and you can order your travel club membership there. So if you happen to join without a travel club and you want to add one, you can do it there. It's just a one-time $25, gives you a lifetime membership in the travel club. You get travel agency rates, you get rebates. It's a no-brainer. That's why we encourage everybody when you come in to go ahead and come in with the travel platform. And if you come with the travel platform through our capture landing pages, you actually get the iWebitool system the first month are free, or you can look at, you get the iWebitool and you get the travel club for free. But again, click here to set up your booking engines. When you set up your booking engines, you're going to get access to all these booking engines. And again, if you're a U.S. citizen, you get access to all these. If you're not a U.S. citizen, don't have a U.S. address, then you get this global booking engine. You can book all your travel on. Whatever reservations you make on any of these booking engines, as long as you fill out a CBS form, then you'll get a rebate back on the commissions paid to us. So it's a real simple program. It's slick, it's clean. There's not that many moving parts. Most of the booking engines that you will set up with, or you self-enroll. So from our standpoint, that's why we can give back 2/3 of the commissions in cash, and then the other third, we actually pay out 85% of that. So we basically, our agency lives on about 5%. And the reason we can do that is because we don't have that many moving parts. It's pretty clean. iWebitool is, again, the travel program is a game changer for us. It separates us from the rest. But iWebitool is just as important. Again, how do you access iWebitool? Underneath your services category, just click on your capture page. Then it'll take you to your iWebitool account. Now, again, if you don't have iWebitool, okay, just go up to lead management. And again, if this is not set up already, you click on setup. And then I would highly encourage everybody to do the gold, okay? And as I share with you why, the gold package is the best, you'll see. But the silver package is a starting point, but the gold package is set up to help you make money in this industry, which I think most of us are doing this to make money. Again, when you click on the capture page, it'll take you to your login page. The email address that you use is your iCB email, and the password is the same password as iCB. Now, this is important, okay? These are two different platforms that we are running, okay? They're not on one platform. There's two platforms. So iCB and iWebitool are two different platforms. So if you happen to change your site name for iClubBiz, you also have to change that in iWebitool, because when someone clicks on the landing page to join you or to purchase the product from you, the iWebitool looks at the username, we call it the web name, which is linked up with iCB when you joined. But if you changed it, you got to change in both. And again, if you need help with that, you can email support. But just remember, if you happen to change the site name in iCB, and how do you change that? Okay, right up here, you got here it says update site name. So if you update your site name to something different, you got to make sure that you log into, when you log into iWebAtool, and where do you change that at? I can't remember. Oh, you know what? You have to email support and have them change it. Sorry. Yeah, you can't change. You can change your email address is your login. So if you change your email, you got to you can do that, but you can't change your username. That has to be done through support. So make sure you send an email if you change your web name on iCB support so they can fix it. As you roll through the back office on iWebAtool, here's why everybody's going to want to be a gold. If you're not a gold iWebAtool member, you don't have access to the automated database builder. And I think the more you understand what the ADB is, the more you'll realize this is a tool that everybody and anybody needs if you're building a network marketing company. We know you need to have a database. You got to have a source of prospects that are motivated to talk with you. And what the ADB does, it provides you with all the tools to get prospects on demand. And it starts off with the co-op. Now the co-op is just one part of the ADB. Okay, now it's a cool part, and it's going to have a lot of benefits, but it's just one small part. Okay, the co-op is a mobile-based platform that we're going to go off. We're going to do 20,000 submissions. That's going to be targeted towards business owners to get them to buy the travel club. We're going to do 10,000 submissions geared towards network marketer to get them to join you in iWebAtool. And so, and then that's done as a co-op. And so there's 10 segments in that co-op. Each segment goes for $50. So basically it's $500. Now you can do it yourself for $500, or you can get, 10 people do 50, get 5 people to do 100, however you want to do it. But it's just one segment. And so after the campaign is done, there's bulk emailers that's sending out emails. There's text messages going out. Then after the campaign is done, each segment of the co-op gets 1,000 leads. So basically for $50, you're getting 1,000 leads, plus you're getting the possibility of getting customers who are going to join you on the travel platform, which will make you $10 fast start on everybody that joins the travel club, and you make $10 fast start on everybody that joins the iWebAtool. Obviously, our goal is to have the co-op set up so you can get 10 customers or 10 IBOs that join you in the month. Then that basically has this become a funded proposal. But just as important, you're getting 1,000 qualified leads. These are 1,000 good, hot leads that you're getting for $50, and that itself is a really slick deal. We also have text messaging software that you're going to get at wholesale. Ringless voicemail. And I just finished inking the deal on this. This is cool. So it's not only a ringless voicemail system; it's a full, what do you call it? Blaster, not a blaster, but it's got all the components that can do auto dial, all that kind of stuff. We have contracted with the supplier, so we get the net rate on the minutes. So, for example, like 3.5 cents a minute. And again, I haven't, I'm probably going to talk without knowing everything, but we get the best price that's out there. And then what we do is we make our members. Now, I had to agree that I wouldn't sell anybody at the same price that we're buying it for. That way, it keeps the competition. It just doesn't allow them to think we're stealing from other people. But here's what's cool. Whatever, let's say it's 5 cents a minute, just use that as an example. Let's say our cost is 3.5 cents. We're going to rebate that 1.5 cent back to you. Okay, so if you buy it for $5 and you get it for 3.5, and let's say you buy $50, you're going to get $15 that's going to get deposited into your iCB e-wallet. Okay, so ringless voicemail, and he took me through some of the training and the protocols. It's really, really slick. Again, we got contracts with list brokers that you get your leads at wholesale. Again, email scrubbers. Obviously, if you're going to do any bulk emailing, you want to make sure you're not sending bad emails out. So you're gonna have the opportunity to get the best price that you possibly can on an email scrubber, bulk email software. You're going to have that at wholesale too. A lot of this stuff is going to be coming out in second quarter, but this is all part of the ADB. We're going to get you hooked up with a service. Again, copy is the key. Being able to write contact and create content that converts is the key to success online. And so we're going to make available to you either to have a pathway to professional copywriters, or having you actually take the courses yourself. As far as banner ad marketing, will give you all the skill sets to do that. Again, I just think this with Traffic for Me. Okay, they're a solo ad company. What's really cool about Traffic for Me, you're going to give them the capture page you want the leads to go to. They will write the ad. You don't write it. They write it. And then they will guarantee you're going to get X amount of opt-ins. It's pretty slick. Well, the contract I got with them is they're going to give us 30% commission on the profit that they make on the solo ads. And again, whatever we make, rebates back to you. Social media marketing, warm market marketing, and postcard marketing. And this one, I got one a vendor that I talked to who's a private printer. And then I went out and I found the best prices I could, everywhere on postcards, because I, did a lot of research. It's like, hey, this is the best place here. This is, all this stuff. And so I went to the private printer. I said, hey, these are the prices I can get. And he says, I can't buy my stuff at that price. I said, well, tell you what I'll do. So I'm going to kick this off, with these multiple different vendors. But if we can finally get this thing worked out where we can, get enough volume so we can bring it in, so it's all done in one package, we will. But the postcard marketing, we're going to have multiple different vendors we're going to use. But here's what we're going to do. Whatever price we get is the price you pay. And so it's always going to be the best. Okay. Advanced communication skills. Again, this is a class. I know some of you on this broadcast have taken this class. It is dynamic. Retails anywhere from $120 to $150. You're going to be able to get it for $40. Now, again, here's how we're able to get it for $40. Okay, the value is still like $150 bucks. We have to have 4 people per class. So if we got 4 people per class, that's $160. But then it basically makes sense financially for the for this to be sold. But this is again one of those game changer services. They're going to teach you what to say, how to say, why to say, and give you all the tools and resources you need to actually convert. And again, you get weekly private weekly training for the people who've taken the communication skill class. And then just here is just a real quick little video getting you to think like an entrepreneur. Once the 001 gets completely built, this will be the page that will pitch everything you've got here. Okay, and again, this won't be completed till sometime in the second quarter, because I've got to have all of these resources to be lit up and live and producing. Now, here's my goal. It's $25 a month to become a gold member of iWebAtool. My goal is to help you save $50 a month on these resources. So it becomes a no-brainer. And once everybody catches the vision of this, okay, you're out. Everybody's looking to build organizations. Everybody's looking to make money in this industry. And the key things everybody needs a source of leads. They need to have a system that can help them develop their database and how to convert those. Well, all these tools will help you do that. And then we're going to bring it to you at wholesale. You have to be a gold iWebAtool member to have access to it. And again, some of the cool things that can happen as you start rolling this out, right, like down here to Traffic for Me, we can form a co-op for these solo ads. Okay. And again, if you buy X amount, you can get the cost down there, really, really, excellent value. And again, a solo blast goes out, and again, there's a rotator system that will automatically pop them into your capture page. We'll teach you how to, again, I'm building the training site out right now with Russ on this, but we'll teach the mechanics of how to convert and how to use solo ads to build your database. Let's see what I think that covers the ADB, covered the travel, got the getting started. I think, and again, when you're in the back office, when you click on the IBO training, you're going to see, more stuff in here. You can just read through everything, but I really encourage you to click on that welcome letter and get through that welcome letter. And now I got Joe Shoup on the broadcast with me, and Joe has been instrumental in, with iCB putting this stuff together. Very rarely do you meet somebody that's kind of like is in lockstep with what you think and believe and feel. And so that's kind of Joe and I've kind of hit it off, good relationship. We're both about the same age. We both had, similar experiences in the business world, made money in the industry, and just, decided we really want to do something that's going to be a game changer. And Joel's been doing a really, really good job, leading the way for the ADV, for the co-op. And so if I could, I'm going to get Joe, if you could, Joe, unmute yourself and just say a few words, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Hi, Jeff. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. You bet.
Yeah, thanks. I wanted to ask a question. Let's see if we can get a response on here. How many people ever heard of McDonald's Big Mac? How many people? I mean, all you have to do is say yes or no. And I can't see the chats. I guess you can. I mean, I guess I can, but I want to know if we get a lot of yeses.
Yep, pretty much yes.
Yeah. So how long do you think it took? What do you think it took when McDonald's first opened, when they had hamburgers, french fries, milkshakes, and sodas? Somebody had an idea about a Big Mac. And they put it all together. They had to create the sandwich. They had to create the marketing, the advertising, the pictures, and so on. It's not overnight. It didn't take overnight to introduce the Big Mac. And now it's a monster seller. I don't eat them, but I guess people do. I keep seeing ads for them. But it takes a lot of people coming together for the same purpose, the same ideas, and putting that all together until they finally go. First they tell you, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and then bang, it comes. Same thing with a movie. I'm watching for a movie with Bruce Willis coming out. It was the old remake of Death Wish, which was, a vigilante kind of movie, and with Charles Bronson. And it's coming out in March. But they've been advertising in a long time. It took time and energy and people and coordination and all kinds of stuff to make it happen. Here's my point. I think you get my point. If you see the things that Jeff has in that back office now, for all the things that are coming, that are there now, that are doing to improve the company, this takes time and energy. I was corresponding with Jeff at, I think, 1 or 1:30, 2 o'clock your time this morning. I was like, oh my God, he's still, I called Claudia this morning. I said, oh my God, he's still at it. He's going, he's doing. You guys have to be, and I'm sure that you're appreciative of it, but just realize that this stuff takes work, and then it takes some trials and errors. This is all going to come together. I mean, this is really going to come together with the people behind it, with Tony and Claudia and everybody working together to put these things together. Things are going to happen. So here's what you have to have, and this is what's being developed. In order to be successful, you must be part of a system whereby recruiting never stops. Now, does it mean you don't stop? No. At some point, obviously, people are going to stop recruiting. They're going to have a big team, and they're going to be focusing on helping and blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is you have to have a system where that never stops. And you know what? That's what's going on here. So that brings us to the beginning of it. There was one thing I wanted to say, which is important, you brought up. This welcome letter. It has to be utilized. This is part of a system. And if everybody gets in tune with this welcome letter and you take these steps, here's what should happen when you bring a new person aboard. You've got to get them off to the right start. So step one is obviously you register the person. Step two, that welcome letter has to be in their hands somehow, whether it's through the back office or you email it to them in a PDF or whatever. It's got to get into their hands. And step three is that you call and you introduce that new person to somebody. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's your sponsor or your upline. You just introduce them. And guess what? The person who's introduced, who you're introducing to, they have to know what to say to that person. It's not a 20-minute conversation about life. It's just, welcome to the company. We're excited to have you. Look, follow Bob because he's got the plan here for you. We have a system, so go ahead and follow the system. It was nice meeting you. We'll see you on the calls on Tuesday. That's how it should really go. Now, as soon as that introduction happens, guess what? You instruct them on this document right here and tell them to get, if you want to take 1 through 5, I don't know, but at least steps 1 through 3 to get familiar with what is on that page. This is critical, this piece of information. You take them right through these steps to get them set up. So they get through step 1 through 3, and guess what? At that point, In that conversation, you set an appointment with them to get back together again to go over step 1, 2, and 3, and then instruct them to do 4, 5, and 6. See, that's how you handle your new person. And that just continues on in the conversation. And if you need an upline because you don't understand something in those steps, you bring them into the call. But if you don't make them accountable for their actions and you don't help them be accountable, and that's not, you're not their boss. Let's make that clear. You're not their boss. You're there to help and support and have other team members help them. And so, you take these steps until you complete this understanding and inspection and instructions here on this members. If you do that, your person A will feel part of a team. They'll feel like they're accomplishing something, and they'll get familiar with the entire routine of the call. We're going to be doing calls on the advanced communication class. Once you're in the class, then, and I believe tomorrow night we're starting, or Thursday night, and we're going to be taking the people that were in the class and here's how that's going to go. It's an advanced class where people will participate. They'll talk to one another. We'll ask them if they have questions. I'm going to ask them specific questions. Do you understand the elements of the phone call? I can tell you this, Jeff, and I know you know this. If you don't get this pattern of behavior down or some plan in motion, there'll be no success. You can't do it without a plan. And I'm just real thankful that you're putting all these plans together. So I just want to encourage everybody to keep participating in these calls, get to the other calls. And the important thing is get to that welcome letter and start studying what it is that you need to accomplish and be accountable to somebody. And you'll see how quickly this goes for you. That's what I wanted to say. Thanks.
Yep, appreciate it, Joe. Thank you much. And again, we'll be sending out the emails via iCB as far as the next event that Joe's going to be holding. Let me go ahead and turn the recording off.